World Course Tour 14 continues here in Canadian Tire Motorsports Park in Mosport, Canada for the running of the ShopRite 250. The next three races of the World Course Tour will take place from the neighbors up north. Alex Ragau is on the pole in the 43, gets off to a good start, but coming off this slow curve, as you see, Ragau loses momentum, and Dion Scott going to try to challenge the 42 for the lead on lap 1. And the number 3, Dion Scott, is already the points leader, unedited in terms of the point standings, but the points will reset after once the chase begins with the order of winners. So Dion Scott is not going to celebrate that points lead for long, but he's trying to savor every moment of it before the points reset. Dion Scott going to go down to the lead. We have our first caution of the day here in Mosport on lap 1. It's not surprising. This track is pretty tight on the corners, so anything can happen in these corners. And here's our first caution. Sam Rogers and Nick Pericles got together in the final curve, and you're going to see a lot of wrecks in that same curve today, just to let you guys know. But here we go. Scott on the restart is the leader, but Ragau gets right off to it, gets a rocking start, better than the 3 had, and he gets off to the lead already. Alex Ragau takes the lead instantaneously. He was ready for that restart. He just pulled the trigger and is able to get the lead. But his big weakness is this corner right here, and he loses a lot of grip again, and now Dion Scott looks to retake the lead. It looks like that corner is Ragau's biggest weakness at this track, and Dion Scott's able to get him again on that same corner and retakes the lead from the 43. 43, Ragau has not won this season, so if he wins, he might get in the chase. But the chase is pretty congested right now. We have 17 different winners still, and 16 spots available. It's a battle between the final spot. Right now, Amy Shelley, Johnny Garner battling for that final spot right now at the moment of the points. But we'll see after the points to see how far close the margin is right now between the final spots. We'll keep an eye on them as the weekend progresses here in Canada. Cooper Cyron now in second as he makes the pass on the 43, and Dion Scott pulls away after the pass for second over Cooper Cyron. We had our second caution of the day moments later as the 5 Zachary Chambers somehow goes through the pit wall, and he wrecks out in one of the weirdest, strangest wrecks you'll see in the Beaumont Cup Series. Not sure how that would realistically be possible, but Zachary Chambers got himself stuck in an impossible way. Isaiah Bernesh was the driver that spun him out. He also had contact with Zachary Fitzwater, I should say. 2 Zacharys, so both Zacharys are out of the race, and Chambers had the worst of it, getting stuck on the wall. And racing back to the caution, Ian Dutta and Dylan Young had some really bad luck down the final S curve. That's one of the 10 toughest corners at this track, and they couldn't make it through. Racing back to the caution, Dion Scott had to take an unexpected pit stop before the green flag waved. And again, I'm not sure why, and most other drivers also did the same thing, but 4 stayed out, including new leader Cooper Cyron during the green flag. Gwen Cobb stayed out. Devin Whitston and Alex Ragau also stayed out to keep the top 4 positions. We got ourselves a battle for third between Ragau and Whitston. Ragau was a dominating factor early on, and now he's dropping back to 4th. He's dropping to lowest 4th, and he had led the first couple laps, but now he's in a battle with Devin Whitston just to stay on the podium. And now the 43 gets to it. For once, he makes it through that corner without losing momentum. And in fact, is also going to take second away from Gwen Cobb. And now he's closing in on the 41 Cooper Cyron. Cyron has just pulled away instantaneously just after the restart. But he has to come down pit road. He's coming down. Everybody else is coming down as well except for Gwen Cobb. Cobb decided to stay out an extra lap to take the lead and look for her first win. But the caution came out just in time. Isaiah Bernesh spun out on this corner, got stuck, he lost the steering. And Gwen Cobb, that caution was not a benefit to her at all. She runs out of fuel during the caution pace laps. She runs out of fuel and she probably should have pitted along with everybody else, but decided to stay another lap. And then the caution came out. She decided to stay out that lap too, and she runs out of fuel. That's a tough break for Gwen Cobb. She was so close in these races to getting her first win, and another one slipped through her fingers thanks to, well, misjudged fuel, I should say. Brandon Nichols was going to be leading the restart, but he came down pit road before the green flag, and that allows Cooper Sauron to take the lead. Ahead of him is the lapped car of the 48 David Johansen. He pitted earlier in the race before the couple cautions came out for whatever reason, but he lost a lap. His strategy didn't. Whatever strategy he was trying to pull didn't work. He lost a lap there. Another caution again. Pichu this time was a victim of the final curves. Back to the restart with just 5 laps to go. Devin Winston going on the bottom of the turn for the lead. And Winston takes it away from Cooper Sauron. What a run Devin Winston got on that corner. And he takes the lead away from Cooper Sauron. He already has a win this season. If he gets another one, he'll be the 7th two-time winner of season 14, and another driver to lock his spot into the chase. Because we're only gonna have 2 races left after this race. It's gonna conclude World Course Tour 14. They're both in Canada, like I said. Montreal's next, and then it's followed by 349. But first, we have another caution on the same corner. Mason Powers and Dion Scott, they got loose on that grip, on that little curve there. That's one of the many victims today. White flag is out here in Canadian Tire Motorsports Park with 1 lap to go for Devin Winston. He has already pulled out to a comfortable lead. Caution is out, but they already took the white flag before the caution came out, so they're going to race it back to the line. Winston already has a win this season, like I said. Before this season, he only had 1 career victory. That was way back in season 4, 10 seasons ago. That was his only victory before season 14. And now he's going to get 2 wins this season, unless if he makes a mistake during these tight corners here in Mosport. Cooper Sauron closing in. He's the only competitor that can legitimately challenge him for the win. Sauron has been leading a couple laps, but he lost it with 5 to go. Devin Winston made the pass with 5 laps to go. Caution came out, set up a 2 laps restart, and Winston took advantage. Final corners down the final S-curve, and Devin Winston's going to make it cleanly. Coming off the final turn, Devin Winston gets win number 2 in season 14 in the ShopRite 250 at Canadian Tire Motorsports Park. Winston made the right move at the right time with 5 to go. He never looked back. And this was the last caution of the race. Luke Walker was the victim of the corners. It was a tough break for him. He got contact with Leia, his own teammate. Wow, it ended ugly for them. Anyway, Winston's the winner. Cooper finishes 2nd, so close to getting that first career win. It'll have to wait another day. But our next race coming up is Circuit Gilles Villeneuve in Montreal. One of the very few tracks that has hosted a race every season of the Pullman Cup Series. It's always controversial. It has always been wild and wacky. So what shenanigans will CGV bring us out next for season 14? You will find out soon, but here come the points heading into CGV. We'll see you in Montreal.